But it's location, you know. I don't know anybody who's like out and about in Arizona, but I mean, not saying that Arizona is a bad state, but like if you're living and working, you're in California for the most part. I've lived in California my entire life, so it's just I'm kind of spoiled a little bit. But I would say again, $10 million is all you really need. And that's not having to live a day in your life anymore. But then you have these people, that's what I'm saying though, like, you have these people who have billions and billions of dollars. Like, no, do you guys, like, those people who think that, like, $1 billion is not a lot of money, but I'm just like, fam, that's a lot of money. Like, that's more money than you'll ever need in a lifetime. That's 100 times, what is it, 100? No, it's like 1,000 times more money than you'll ever need. Is it 1,000? Or is it 100? But it's a lot. It's a lot. So that's why I also don't trust billionaires. It's too much money. And what are they doing with it? Just amassing it for no reason? Like, it's ridiculous. That's why nobody trusts billionaires. Like, honestly, if somebody gave me, like, $1 million, like, that would, like, if somebody gave me $1 million, I mean, yes, like, that would honestly just change a lot of my life. It would change a lot. And I would bet that anybody with $1 million, like, if somebody gave you $1 million, you would not be like, no, that's not enough. You know, like, how much money do you think you need? Like, I feel like somebody who says that, like, oh, $1 million is not enough. Like, who are you kidding, man? Like, I would gladly take it. Because, like, yes, I would still have to work, but I would at least get to pay off, like, a lot of my debt. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, the quality of your life would improve drastically just with a little bit of money, you know? Do you realize how crazy that is? Now, like, you honestly wouldn't need that much money, and how much your life would change because of it. It's crazy. It's honestly, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. And, like, you realize, like, how much a lot of, like, the majority of the working class, basically our entire working class, how hard we all have to work, and we're basically getting chump change because there's these people who are riding on our backs who are making all of that money. We're only getting a tiny percentage of it. It's crazy. It's like, to make money, you gotta make money, I guess, but it's just like, it's too much. Like, your entire workforce should not be living off of 10% of that profit, you know what I mean? But enough about money problems and everything that we all have to live with. It's a lot, I know. What time is it? But yeah, sorry to bore you guys. If you guys, I know today's been kind of one of those slow days today, but it's kind of interesting to think about sometimes. And I really think I'm gonna send a message to that lady about the tattoo, because I really do want it. I mean, we got through a lot of Oxenfree today, which is good. I do like it. I think it's very, I like that it's very story based. It's just sometimes I just kind of want to like hang out and talk to you guys sometimes. Like I enjoy talking to you guys, but that game, because there's so much dialogue in it, I don't really get a chance to like just talk because they're talking, and I don't really want to like talk over their talking. You know what I mean? Because I mean that is the game. Like you're playing and trying to learn. That is kind of the problem with story games, is that you want to sit and you want to listen, but then you also want to like kind of give your thoughts at the same time. So but it's hard when they're constantly talking and they're constantly bickering at each other. I still can't believe like Clarissa like jumped out of that window. Like that scene was that was rough. Oh no. When we like went over and like she just, oh god, she was just like that one scene where when we went back into the room and she was like hanging, I was just like, oh god, I hate that. Now I understand why my friend like hates it when she sees like those images. She can't stand it. You know, like in movies when they portray somebody like hanging or whatever, she hates it. It is pretty gruesome though. I'm trying to think of like how dark it's gonna get. I thought it was gonna be like until dawn, where you know all the kids were like you basically have to, like at any time any of the kids can die, you know what I mean? And then the story would just continue without them. So I'm guessing that even though we got all the questions right, I think Clarissa would still be possessed. I think that's part of the story. I don't think you can save her. Yeah, I don't think you can save her. I think that's part of it. You know what I want? I kind of want some blueberry cake donuts. I always have this craving every now and then. It's like one of those things. I don't know. Blueberry cake donuts are amazing though. So I ain't gonna lie. They're pretty good. Oh man, I'm so tired. Where is Harry? Harry's taking a nap in the corner. It's too bad you guys can't see him. He's really cute. He's just like, he's curled up on his side right now. What should I play this week? I gotta think about it. Oh, speaking of, sorry, I just thought of this. But I just watched Into the Spider-Verse. Was it Into the Spider-Verse this weekend? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I watched it this weekend. It was actually very, very good. I mean, not actually. I knew it was good, but it was just like, it's very good. It's very good. I liked it. Although, I could see them... You watched it on what? Into the Spider-Verse? I watched it on DVD. It's out on... It's in Redbox right now. My brother had a coupon for Redbox, and so we just rented it from Redbox. Yeah. So we watched it, and I thought it was pretty good. I mean... I feel like the consensus for that film was that it was really good, and I'd say it lived up to the hype, even though you know, sometimes if I get my expectations up pretty high, I feel like it doesn't pull its weight if my expectations are too high. But I thought it worked out pretty well. I liked it a lot. Although I could see them kind of pushing. Sorry if this is a spoiler. I don't mean to spoil it, but like, I don't know if they were trying to push for a potential romantic storyline. But I hope they really don't force it, because I don't think I like it. I like stories better when they don't push that. Try to push a romance line into it, because I feel like sometimes it can just be really forced, and I just don't like that idea. Like, can we have stories where there's no romance in it, just purely about story, and that's it? Like, do we have to have some romantic ties into it? Like, I just don't like that. I personally just don't like when stories just force it. Like, it's not necessary sometimes. Most of the time, it's not necessary. Like, what is that Avengers movie? Was it an Avengers movie that was like that? Where, like, oh, no, I think it was Captain America. Was it Captain America? One of those Marvel movies where, like, what's her face? Black Widow was trying to, like, she had, like, some sort of, like, romantic tie with the Hulk. And I'm just like, yo, chill, man. No. Like, I don't know if that's part of it, but, like, that was so forced. It just made me cringe so bad. Like, I don't remember which one it was, but, like, it was, like, implied that, like, she was developing feelings for him. And I'm just like, yo, man, is that necessary? It's not necessary. It's like that one, it's the one where she, like, touches his hand and it turns him back into, like, was it Bruce? Yeah, Bruce Banner. It's like she makes this connection with him, and she can make it so that he doesn't turn into a monster anymore. Like, I was just like, yo, it was so forced. Like, in the previous movies, they didn't have this connection at all. Why would she have a connection with him now? It's such bad, lazy writing. They were trying to force that, like, kind of relationship. You saw Ant-Man. Which Ant-Man? The regular Ant-Man or Ant-Man and the Wasp? I liked his character. I don't know what's his name again? But, like, the main character. Oh my god. Damn. I thought he was okay. But yeah, I could see that. I think they kind of rushed it a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, I thought the second one was okay. I thought the second one was a lot better. But I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I mean, as far as a Marvel movie, they're all pretty good, generally speaking. Production value wise, but sometimes the stories can be a little bit lazy, because all you really need is, especially with an origins film, right? This is usually how it goes for origins films. It's usually this character is like a bum or living off they're usually just living their life, and then suddenly something changes, and then they become their superhero, but they don't really know what it means yet. And so what happens? Oh, then they're like, oh, they have to figure out what's going on. They have to develop their powers, and then, you know, something, and then they have to rise to the occasion, and then they have to go, and they have to do, and then they have to, like, save the world. They have to do the thing, they have to save whatever, and they're the only ones who can do it. So they have to rise to the occasion and do it. And they do it, and then everything is happily ever after, and then that's it. Like, that's how all superhero movies are, and don't tell me that that's not what it is, because that's what it is. I mean, it's just, that's standard. Except for these, like, Avenger movies, it's generally kind of the same, except for, you know, if you saw Infinity War, like but it's basically been separated into 2 parts. It's basically Avengers Part 1 and Part 2. Let's just say that, okay? It's not done yet, so it will happen in the next movie. We all know that they're gonna succeed. How they succeed is a different question. It's a different thing entirely, but you know that they will win. Like, you don't watch a superhero movie and watch them lose. Like, it's just not a thing. And I know somebody's gonna be like, what about Infinity War? Technically they lost. And I'm like, technically it's not done yet, so your point is invalid. It's just like Harry Potter. You know, like Harry Potter, how it got split into 2 parts. Yeah, it's just, it's not that they lost. The story is not done yet. It's just they wanted to milk more money out of you, so they split it into 2 parts. Just like Harry Potter. It's exactly like that. Hold on, let me turn on Harry. Oh, he woke up. Oh, big yawn. He's tired. Like, his ears are down right now because he's sleepy. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched Captain Marvel. So that one was good too. I know a lot of people are comparing it to Wonder Woman, seeing as, you know, they're both strong female roles, strong superhero female roles. Is it the first one of each series or each universe? I know definitely that Wonder Woman was the first DC female to make her own standalone movie, but is Captain Marvel the only one who's her own standalone female character? Because I know that everybody was really pulling for that that Black Widow movie, but I don't think people want it anymore. Back in like 2006, when the first Avengers movie came out, I know that a lot of people really wanted the Black Widow movie, but I don't, because like kind of popular opinion, but kind of unpopular opinion, but people really don't like Scarlett Johansson anymore. But that's because a lot of people just don't like the fact that I don't think this is a general consensus, but some people just don't really like the fact that she took that role. The Ghost in the Shell role? People just don't like that she accepted that role. Kind of knowing that it wasn't supposed to go to somebody who looked like her. And when I say that, I mean that it was supposed to be an Asian lead for that film because the character is Asian, but she got casted in it and she basically got a lot of backlash for accepting a role like that, right? That's why it's partially why Ghost in the Shell did so poorly, is because so many people like boycotted it just because of that. Yes, the Black Widow movie never got made, and I don't think it will ever get made because people don't. Back when the first Avengers came back, like when the first movie came out with her in it, people were like, "Oh, I love Scarlett Johansson. She's so amazing." La 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 la. But nobody really likes her anymore right now. It's kind of sad, but it's like she kind of deserved it. There are a lot of people who refuse, like, and I know a lot. The argument is that like, oh, it's acting. She doesn't know. She didn't know what role it was. She didn't know, and I'm like, well, she should have. You don't go act in a movie without doing your research. Like, unless you're just making it, right? Like, unless you're trying to make money. And hey, girl, how's it going? Yeah, I don't really know too much about the actual story about Ghost in the Shell, but like, it just was like, I feel like a lot of people just boycotted it partially because they just didn't do it justice. Partially because they boycotted it because she was in it, and it wasn't supposed to be, you know, that lead. I don't know if that's a popular opinion, but I just don't think, and I know that unless, like, the only argument that could be made about, like, oh, like, whatever, it didn't matter if she did her research or not, but, like any good actor or actress worth their salt would do research into the character. If they don't do their research, they're just in it for the money. And that's basically what it was. She didn't care about the character. She didn't care about it. She just wanted to make money, and so that's what she did. She went to go make money off of it, which did poorly, so it kind of backfired on her, right? But yeah, I just don't think people like her anymore, and that's kind of unfortunate for her. Like, you guys saw that, like, that, what was it, was it the Oscars? Where the Oscars were, what's her face? Sandra Oh was making fun of the fact that, like, Crazy Rich Asians just came out, and, like, it's just like every movie made, I forgot what the joke was, but it was basically talking about, like, that one movie where, was it Emma Stone was in, that they also whitewashed. Like, I know I don't want to make this like a race thing, but like it's just like those characters were supposed to not be, unfortunately, like they were not supposed to be like that. They're not supposed to be cast like that, but they were, and both of those movies did poorly. What you gonna do, right? You do poor casting, it'll do poorly, so you get what you pay for. What movie was that? It was like Aloha or something like that, right? Where I think it was like about a character who was, she was like a naval officer or something like that. She was some sort of like, she was like in the military or something like that. She's supposed to be, I forgot what, like she was supposed to be Asian or like of some sort of like Hawaiian descent. But obviously Emma Stone is not of Hawaiian descent, so was it Hawaiian? I think it was like, I forgot what it was. See, like, I don't know the movie that well, but I know that it was, they casted it wrong, so that's why it just was not. I think it was called Aloha. I could be wrong though. I'm majority of the time I'm wrong, so if I am wrong, and I probably am, I apologize. Oops. If Emma Stone is Hawaiian, then the stone in her name means she's stoned out of her mind. Was it Aloha though? Like, I think that's what the movie was called, right? That's... All I know is that it was some sort of movie where she played like this officer or something like that, and the character was supposed to be of some sort of Asian descent. But when they did the casting for it, she wasn't. Obviously not. And hey Alan, how's it going? Long time no see, guys. You guys are in the late nights. Yes, 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 yeah. Aloha. Thank you. No, but the character is supposed to... Yeah, she's... It's not... That's why that in... What was it? Was it the Oscars? Academy Awards or something like that? Some sort of award show where Sandra Oh made a dig at that. And it was so funny because, like, Emma Stone was like, I'm sorry! Like, at least Emma Stone knew that she's apologized for it. I don't think ScarJo has, so... But I could be mistaken. I don't really care about all these things. Like, I don't really care too much about celebrity news. I don't really keep up with it, so sorry. Yes, Hollywood, stop whitewashing movies. There are plenty of Asian actors and actresses like who can more than willingly doing. If any of you guys have watched a Wong Fu production before, you know that there are plenty of Asian actors and actresses who can act. Okay, it's just that nobody gives them a chance because it's like they usually get casted, they get typecasted all the time as like the nerdy kids or like the kung fu artists and stuff like that. And it's like, stop typecasting as well. Typecasting is not beneficial either. It's true, right? They usually get casted as somebody who's like the nerdy kid or like super smart nerdy person, like computer geek. Or they get typecasted as somebody who's like the stone cold assassin, murderer person, like, who basically is like good at fighting because we all know kung fu apparently, or like some sort of karate, who can like master assassinate you, you know? So you get typecasted all the time. I hate it when that's also honestly why. That's why I fight so hard for Crazy Rich Asians, because it's the first time in a long time that Asians weren't typecasted in a film. You know? Like, the fact that anybody, any race or any person, like, the fact that any person could, like, actually play in those roles, but an Asian person did play those roles, is very significant. Typecasting is a huge thing. And that applies to any sort of, like, that applies to any race. Like, every race pretty much gets typecasted, and it's really bad. Let's see. I am white. I don't want to see non-ethnic people playing ethnic roles. Yeah, it's just like you're already stealing. Like, as bad as typecasting is, you know, it's really annoying. It's really annoying when they're basically like you already like. Unfortunately, it's true, but like those people already get a lot of roles. But you don't need to steal the already ethnic roles, you know what I mean? Let's see. Constance Wu is hot though. I mean, she's a little older, but like, yeah, she's pretty good looking, I would say. I wouldn't say she's hot. I would say she's pretty. Not enough Asian actors in Hollywood. No. I would argue that there are a lot of Asian actors in Hollywood. They're just... because you don't see them doesn't mean that they're around. That's why I suggest 100%, if you want to look for more talented and very talented Asian actors, go on YouTube and look up Wong Fu Productions. Any Asian worth their salt knows Wong Fu Productions. If you don't know who, if you're Asian and you don't know what Wong Fu Productions is, I don't know how to help you, because like, it's great. You know, I don't know, man. I just don't know. They just wanted to go with someone with a big name. That's really all it was. Let's just be honest here. Yeah, if you really want to know more Asian people in Hollywood, I would honestly really suggest that you look at Wong Fu Productions and advocate for those actors and actresses. There are a lot of very talented actors, like Asian actors in Hollywood. Kona, do you want to watch a native movie? What do you mean? What does that mean? I just want to see more, yeah, I just want to see more films that are, like, geared towards me. I want to see more, people who look like me on Hollywood films that are not typecasted. Movies with Asians? Of course I want to see more movies with Asians. It'd be nice. I just want to see, us being regular people, you know? Like, because they're not every single Asian person you meet is a nerd. You know, not every Asian person is a stone cold, you know, like, martial artist, you know what I mean? Like, I am not a nerd. I am also not a martial artist. Like, I want to see more people who are like me, you know, like just average. Who's just basically like, you're just diverse, you know? You know, Kung Fu Hustle from 2004. I don't think I've watched it. I'm pretty sure I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched it. Like, not gonna lie, I'm not saying that I don't like kung fu movies and whatnot. I'll still watch those types of movies. Like, I'm not gonna say that that's bad. Like, I do like Ip Man. And I only watch it in Cantonese, so... because that's how it's meant to be watched. Stephen Chow's why I wanted to become a director. He's an epic director. He can write stories well, and he can script dialogue. Nice. But yeah, that's why, like, when Benz was in here the other day and he was saying how he didn't really see the hype for why Crazy Rich Asians was such a big thing. It's like, unfortunately, that's just how it is. It's not important to people who generally aren't Asian, unfortunately. Which kind of sucks. Like, I wish it didn't need to be like that, but the fact that it is still pretty important. Like, I don't think I've ever seen in a, like, even, like those B-list movies? Those B-list movies that you see on TV during Christmas? Like those rom-coms and stuff? Like, that Christmas time rom-coms? Like, you never see an Asian person playing in either of the roles. Like, you'll see maybe like African American people. You'll maybe see like Hispanics playing in those roles. You'll see, like, of course you'll see white people playing those roles, but you'll never see Asian people playing those roles. Even in B-list movies. It's kind of annoying. Like, it's like, really? The only time you will see Asian people in those types of roles is if you watch K-dramas. Or like some sort of like actual Asian drama from like a foreign country. Like, you'll never see one made. See, that arranged marriages and strict parents are still a thing, and even in this generation, I can still understand that movie. To be perfectly honest, it's just a cheap rom-com in the end. But like, no, but that's the point. It's the point wasn't to be like a unique story. You've seen the story over and over again. You've seen it. That wasn't the point. It wasn't supposed to be innovative. It was the fact that it was written, that it was a story of an Asian American doing it, not somebody else. You know, it's an Asian American story, and that was the point. And I don't know, I still think it was very well done. And I feel like if you were Asian American, like, actually, like, you knew the culture, like, you lived the culture, seeing it on the big screen is a huge thing. But like, if you're familiar with the culture, you've lived the culture, like, seeing it on the big screen is a huge thing. Like, I've never, unless you're counting K-dramas, J-dramas, whatever, I've never seen it before like that. I've never seen an Asian American rom-com before. And I'll emphasize it, Asian American, not just Asian love story. It's Asian American. There's a difference, trust me. If you're any type of immigrant American, you'll understand why that's so significant, why there's a difference between being simply Asian and being Asian American. It's completely different. Like, being from a different country is different from being like ethnically American and also like look like me. Oh yeah, it's a slow process. Everything's a slow process, so I understand. Like, things never change overnight. If history goes without saying, nothing changes overnight. I mean, it would be a freaking miracle if it did, but I know that for sure. Yeah. If you're any sort of immigrant American, you know that the culture is different from your homeland versus where you live here, like in America. Like I just learned the other day that, like, basically St. Paddy's Day is it's an Irish American culture. It's not Irish, it's Irish American. It's a very big distinction. Because people from Ireland, I don't think, like, I was reading a post or some sort of thing on Tumblr. They were saying how, like, no, like, people from Ireland don't eat corned beef. Like, they don't. It was more of a Irish American thing to eat corned beef. That's where that culture comes from. It's not, like, it wasn't an actual, like, you know, Irish dish. It was an Irish American dish. Like I learned that this past month. Yeah, but yeah. No, but okay, I think you're kind of missing the point though. My point is that like your original. Oh hey Orange, how's it going? It's okay, I'm about to get off soon anyway. It's getting late for me. No, I get that. Everybody technically is an immigrant, but the point is that your quote-unquote immigrant / American culture is a thing. But it's different than actually being the culture from your homeland. That's what I'm saying. It's different. I'm not saying that like you're different, but it's just I'm saying that the culture of being like immigrant American is different from your actual like culture of being there, like, you know, back in the actual homeland. Because Chinese people from China are of a different culture than Chinese Americans. That's what I'm saying. It's a different culture. I'm saying it's influenced, but it's not the same, generally speaking. Trying to think of what else, because I wanna have like a really like I'm trying to think of a really good example for it, but it's getting late, so I'm just like my brain is kind of like slowing down right now. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, being anything like. It's not generally a bad thing though. It's just like you like an American taco. Oh my god. It's not generally a bad thing. A mix of cultures is not generally a bad thing. That's why you have like fusion stuff, you know? Culture mixing is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, if it was, you wouldn't have the majority of anything like Chinese fast food, like Chinese fast food, or like any type of like Asian fast food. Well, not really fast food, but like, you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying. It can be a good thing. Okay, but that's just business practices. That's not really. It's not really a culture thing. God, we have so much dirt. Ah! I would say anything put into business to be put into like big money markets. Of course, that's always a bad thing. But in general, like say, I'm not even talking about businesses. I'm just talking about just like in general, like you living, like your culture. Like for example, I think it was like fortune cookies. Fortune cookies are it's not a Chinese thing. It's a Chinese American thing. They're made here in San Francisco. Like what is it? One of like the first fortune cookie factories. It's like here in San Francisco, in Chinatown. I've been to it before. It's actually really nice. It's really fun to be in there. You can get these, like, you get the flat, they're like just the cookie part. They're really, really good. Like, without the paper in it, they just, like, flatten it. And so, like, if you visit, they give it to you, just to try it. And it's actually really cool. I've been there several times as a kid. Because they let us, they like, gave us kind of, like, it's not really a tour, but it's just, like they kind of, like, show how things were made. They show us the presses and stuff like that. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's the type of thing that I was talking about. Not really, like, I'm not really bashing on, like, I'm not really saying that, I'm just saying that that's why it's bad. Like, I mean, that's why it's just different. Like, Asian cultures and stuff like that. That's why Crazy Rich Asians was a big thing for Asian Americans. It wasn't necessarily for, like, Chinese people from China. That's why it didn't do well in China. Because it wasn't a Chinese story. It was a Asian American story. But also that they don't like Singapore, so that's different. It's different. Oh shoot. Ah! There we go. I was trying to figure out how to put this on there. I'm using that turning thing. I wish there was more Asian shows on TV, not just cartoons. I mean, you could watch... Technically, you can watch Fresh Off the Boat. I'm just saying. You like Constance Wu, so... You can watch Fresh Off the Boat. Fresh Off the Boat's actually really good. I actually don't really like the writing too much on that one, because I feel like they emphasize too much on, like, Eddie's, like, gangster life. I don't really know how much he's like that in real life, but, like, I don't know. I don't like it that much. But I do like Constance. I like Constance Wu's, like, her portrayal of the mom, because I feel like it's very accurate. As somebody who is Asian American, I feel like her portrayal of the mom is very, 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 very realistic. I feel like the first season of Fresh Off the Boat was good, but then I feel like it got way too, like, emphasized on how, like, whatever, like, ghetto he was supposed to be, like, exuding, like, that aura, and I just, like, I don't know if he's, again, I don't really know if he's like that, like, in real life, but, like, yeah. It's not authentic without Eddie getting a spanking with a flip-flop. No, that's the joke. See ya, girl. Thanks for hanging out. I think I'm gonna head out soon, too, as well, so, thanks for hanging out. Yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, what else was there? I mean, I really like, I think, like, there were a few Asian comedians that were out, too, who are kind of getting famous. I know that, like, one of them was, like, a long time ago, Margaret Cho was kind of a thing. Like, but I watched some of her more recent things, and I don't really like her humor as much. But Margaret Cho was kind of a big thing. And also, like, Ali Wong is one that's really big right now, and I really like her humor. She's really funny. Shoot. Margaret Cho's interesting, but I like Ali Wong a lot better. Just, like, her humor is funny. I think it's funnier than Margaret Cho's. But they're about the same. I like, there's this one guy, too, that I was watching who's Asian. He was pretty funny. I just don't remember his name. I watched part of it, that's why. Let's see, the writer-director was very thuggish as a child, which is why he's playing which is why he's portraying Eddie as a ghetto Asian. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh yeah, Ali Wong. Yes, that's a difference. She's Margaret Cho is kind of a little bit more vulgar. Like, I mean, Ali Wong can be a little bit vulgar as well, but it's just, I feel like she's just, yeah, she's, yeah, I guess you're right. She is kind of raunchy. I don't really like Amy Schumer. Not really. I don't really like her. I don't really like her stand-ups. I tried watching one because, you know, she was pretty popular up on Netflix, but then I was like, I couldn't really get into it. I don't really watch too many comedians, to be fair, though. Like, let's see, Amy Schumer doesn't write her own jokes, she just steals them blatantly from other comedians. Is that what it is? I just don't really like her in general. Like, I couldn't really find any of her humor that humorous. Like, it wasn't that funny. I don't know if it's just because of the way she delivers it, but like, I just couldn't find it funny for some reason. It's probably because she doesn't know how to deliver the punchline. Maybe that's it, because they're not her jokes, right? She doesn't know how to deliver it. There's another one too that I really liked, but I can't think of them right now, but I think I'm gonna head to bed soon. I think even Harry is going to bed. But yeah, this is fun. There are dozens of compilation videos on YouTube and on Twitter about people exposing her jokes made by other comedians. Oof, that's yikes. I mean, I don't go out looking for those types of compilations, but I'll trust you on that. My feeling of her is just based on, I tried to watch like a special of hers on Netflix and I couldn't get through it. I could barely watch like 15 minutes of it. It was just really boring to me. But that's just me watching her. I didn't watch any of those compilations, so I mean, I'll trust you when you guys say that. But I'm personally probably just not gonna watch it because I don't really care. I just don't like her because I don't think she's funny. But but there's that. So I'll just stick to the ones that I like. So I don't know her personally, so I'm not gonna say that I like or dislike her as a person, but I just don't really like her stand-ups, I guess. But good for her, I guess, if she can make money off of stealing from other people. But that's a yikes from me. But I'm gonna head to bed, so I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I know that we only got through part of Oxenfree again. I wasn't able to finish it again, but I hope you guys have a good one. You know, have a good day, wherever, whatever. So have a good night, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are out in the world. And I don't know what I'm playing tomorrow, but we'll find out together. So have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate it. Today was a slow day, but it's still a good day when you guys are all here. So have a good one. Peace out.